My boyfriend said that I don't have a bikini body, so I took my top off in front of all of his friends. So we were on the beach with his group of friends, and about 15 guys were there. That is why what he said was even more hurtful and embarrassing. When we got to the beach, I am that person that immediately has to go into the water, but I was the only one, so I went alone, and my boyfriend and all of his friends just stayed talking on the towels. So about like 15 minutes after, I get out of the water, and I'm walking towards where my boyfriend and his friends all are. I noticed that my boyfriend was like looking at me, staring at me whilst I was walking with a smirk on his face. I thought he was about to say something sweet, but no. As soon as I come closer to them, my boyfriend says very loudly and in front of everyone, "You should wear a one piece because you don't really have a bikini body." If he was trying to be funny, like, it didn't work because everybody just was awkward. None of them laughed, obviously, because, like, why would you laugh at that? Nobody said a word, and for, like, 10 seconds, I just stared at my boyfriend in disbelief and thinking about what I was gonna do. There's no way that he's gonna embarrass me in front of all of his friends, and I'm not gonna humiliate him back. So I pulled off the top part of my bikini, and I stood there in front of all of his friends, and I said, "Well, now it's a one piece." He immediately got up screaming and stood in front of me to try and cover me up. He started screaming, saying, "Are you crazy? Put something on immediately." I then also very loudly said, "I don't even know why you bother wearing shorts since it's so small, no one would even notice it." No one said a word too, and for the rest of the day, I just lay down tanning with my now one piece.
My boyfriend got my little sister pregnant. Yeah, while we were dating. My little sister is 3 years younger than me, and we've always had a pretty tense relationship. And that's because she's always wanted to copy everything I do. And not just when she was really young, it still happens to this day. But she wasn't copying me in a way of like admiring me. She would copy me because she was in some kind of competition with me. Like whatever I did, she wanted to do it better. If I had an outfit, she wanted to wear the same one, but style it better. If I did an activity, she wanted to join the same one and be better at it than me. That's how it's been our entire life. And I very quickly noticed that when I started dating, she started flirting with all of my boyfriends, and not subtly. She'd be like, imagine if we would have met first. Like, you probably would have been dating me. But obviously you can't because you're with my sister, but like, if you hadn't met her, right? That's weird. That's just so disrespectful. I would bring this up to her and tell her that it made me really uncomfortable and I thought that it was weird. She'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so dramatic. You're so jealous." And my parents would say the same thing. They're like, "Kelsey, it's your little sister. What are you talking about? She's obviously joking." Sorry, I don't think that's funny. And I have a pretty good sense of humor, if I'm being honest. So it just got to the point that I stopped bringing the guys that I was dating around my family because it just wasn't worth the drama for me, which is really sad because I'm really close with my parents, but I knew that if we went to any family holidays, she was gonna be there and it was always gonna just start a fight. So I stayed away. Things changed when I started dating my most recent boyfriend because it started getting more serious. We were dating for over a year and I knew that I needed to bring him around my family because that's what you have to do. You know what I mean? Also, I stupidly thought that maybe somehow my sister had matured and wouldn't act up anymore, but I was wrong. The first time she met my boyfriend, one of the first things she said is she's like, "Oh my gosh, if Kels ever misbehaves or treats you wrong, just let me know. I'll fix it. I'll take care of it. Don't worry. I always have your back." I was like, this is weird. Like, this is just a weird conversation you're having. She was also just being really touchy with him, wanting to always sit by him, was grabbing his arm, laughing at all his jokes. She was flirting with him. Like, I know what flirting looks like, okay? And I know what her flirting looks like because she's my little sister and I've known her whole life. So I pull her aside and I'm like, "Yeah, we're not gonna do this, okay? We're not gonna continue to do this. I can't. I'm tired. You gotta just be normal and stop flirting with all my boyfriends." And again, she was like, "Oh my gosh, I did not realize how insecure you were." Like, it's actually really sad that I'm the younger sibling and I'm just so much more confident, so much more self-assured. Like, if you were acting like this with my boyfriends, I would not be upset at all. Okay, well, you've never had a boyfriend, and there's a reason for that. I'm just gonna put that out there. About a month after this initial meeting, my little sister calls me and tells me that she has amazing news and that she's actually gonna be moving states and moving to the city that my boyfriend and I live in. Great. I was so excited for that. And not only was she moving to our city, she was going to move into the same apartment complex that we lived in. Even better for me. So she moves to our city, moves into our apartment complex, and suddenly she needs help with absolutely everything. She doesn't have a car, so she needs to be driven everywhere. She needs help having everything built. She needs help with all the moving stuff. And guess who she asks for all of it? Yeah, you're right, my boyfriend. Coincidental? I think not. And it got to the point that they were hanging out and I didn't even know they were hanging out. He would get home and I'd be like, where were you? And he was like, I was with your sister. I was helping her do X, Y, Z. I was like, wait, what? What do you mean you were with my sister? Why didn't you tell me? And he's like, oh, I didn't think it was a big deal. She just needed a favor. And so I went to help out. Like, she lives in our building. No, okay? He was making it seem like it was innocent. It wasn't innocent. It gets to the point that this is the biggest issue in our relationship. We're constantly arguing about it, where I'm like, I want you to stop spending so much time with my sister because you already know the previous issues that are there. And he was like, it's your family. I'm just trying to be a good guy. I'm like, okay, sorry, your loyalty is to me and I'm asking you to establish this boundary and you won't do it and it's weird. And we were just going back and forth for weeks about it. Finally, one day, my little sister comes to my apartment while my boyfriend and I are watching a movie and she just looks so upset. And I'm like, what's wrong? Like, what is going on? And that's when she tells me that she is pregnant, which I'm shocked about because she just moved to the city. I didn't know she was dating anyone. The only guy that she's been hanging out with is my boyfriend. See, at the time I didn't put that together because I thought that there was no way that he would do that to me, but yeah, just wait. But the person who was even more shocked was my boyfriend. He looked like he was about to projectile vomit. I was like, wow, they obviously have gotten really close. He's really concerned about her. And that's when I start asking her, I was like, okay, who's the father? Whose baby are you having? And she gets really quiet. She's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't really want to tell you. I was like, why are you being weird about this? And obviously we know why she was being weird about this. Then she starts looking at my boyfriend. She's like, I mean, like, are you going to tell her or am I? She fully came in here ready to expose him and he had no idea. It was just all going down right there in my living room. So I look at him. He looks absolutely sick. I'm looking at her and low-key, she's smirking a little bit. She's happy about this because, again, everything's a competition and apparently she won. She took my man. That's what she wanted this whole time. And I look at him, I'm like, no, please tell me that she's lying. She's making this up. And he can't even get any words out. I can see it on his face that, yeah, it's him. He's the father of this baby. So I absolutely lose it. I'm like, what are you even talking about? And he has the audacity to say to me, well, I know I cheated, but I only half cheated because it's your sister. You shared DNA. So it's like, it's not as bad if I was cheating with someone else. It's like, it's half cheating. No, I'm sorry. What man logic is that? I cannot, it's way worse to cheat with somebody's sibling than with a stranger. So obviously I kick him out. I'm like, you have somewhere else to sleep in the exact same building. So don't even feel bad about it. I don't want to see your face ever again. I look at my sister. I'm like, I don't want to see your face ever again either. My ex-boyfriend is now texting me 24/7, apologizing, saying it was a mistake. It only happened once, which I don't believe based on how much time they spent together. And my family keeps texting me, it's your little sister. Give her grace. People make mistakes. So people make mistakes? That was not a mistake. That was a betrayal. Haven't heard anything from my little sister though. Not one text, not one apology, because she's not sorry. She very much planned for this to happen. I know it. And I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen next, but let me know if y'all want to stay updated.
The first clip is traumatizing to me. Like, how can you be so abusive to a lady in front of your friends? Like, there's some wants to say, right, to your lady. Like, I love you. You mean a lot to me. But, like, you don't have a bikini body in front of your friends. It's traumatizing. You know what I mean? Those are red flags. Those are signs of someone who will be abusive in the future. And that lady was very wise. So move on. The second clip is about a lady who is jealous of her sister. Because maybe she cannot form stable relationships of her own. And now her main aim is destroying her sister's relationships. Right? So let's continue watching and let's talk about at the end of these videos.
Men love bitches. That's what I have figured out is men love bitches. And I have figured this out and done my scientific research because when I am nice to a man, when I actually like a man, okay? And when I like you, I'll do whatever for you. I'll buy you whatever you want. Here's my card, take it, spend all the money. I don't care. I will give you the shirt off my back. Like, take it, run with it. I don't care. That's when I like you. I'll give you the world. I'm here when you need me. You call me. I got you. I'm on speed dial. I'll be there whenever you need me. Cool, cool, cool. I get walked the fuck over. Dog walked. Okay? But let me not like you and I'm a bitch. Because why are you calling my phone? They fucking love me. Why is that? I literally had this man that was trying to talk to me a couple months ago. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like him at all, okay? He liked me, but I didn't like him. And we were on FaceTime one night, and he was like, oh, well, sorry I didn't answer the phone last night. I think I texted him the night before, and he didn't answer all night. I don't like you, so I don't give a fuck. So he was like, oh, sorry, I didn't answer all last night. Like, I fell asleep. Cool, whatever. I'm on FaceTime. I go, you're good. I honestly don't fucking care. And he goes, what do you mean you don't care? And I go, I just don't fucking care. Like, if you didn't text back, you didn't text back. I swear to God, this man says, no, I literally want you to act fucking crazy because that means you like me. What? He said, and I quote, I want you to act crazy because that means you like me. And I said, so let me get this straight. You would rather had me blow your shit up last night? Where the fuck are you? Blowing da-da-da-da-da. Oh my God, where are you? You're not answering my phone? He's like, yes. No, not for me. Sorry. I'm just not that type of bitch. Like, I've never been that type of girl. I'm not gonna track you the fuck down. I'm not gonna call you a million times. I'm just not that person. I'm so, like, desensitized to my emotions. I might have to go to therapy for that. But I just don't care. Like, you didn't call me back, but I also don't like you. So that's plays a huge part in it. Jesus. But yeah, no, he straight up was like, I want you to act fucking crazy. But I'm the problem? But the girls are the problem? No. And I will die on this hill like men love bitches. Like, when I don't text you back, when I don't call you back, when I don't hang out with you, when they ask to see me and I say no, they're in my ear. They're in my phone. They're buying me shit. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're trying to wow me. But let me like you a sliver of an inch and I give in and I'm there when you need me and I call you back and I text you back. They don't give a fuck about me. But let me not give you the time of day and they're obsessed with me. And I just don't get it. And then when they become obsessed with me, they tell me, I want you to act crazy. My best friend, that man obsessed with me, in love with me, right? Poor guy. So the other day, he pissed me off. And I texted him back. Like, he's my best friend. So I talk to him any type of way. I don't care. So I texted him and I said, don't do that shit again. He literally texted me back and was like, I love when you talk aggressive. I like when you get crazy. No. Y'all doing too much. Absolutely not. And I told him, I said, I know you're freaky ass us. I know you like that when I talk like that. And he's like, yeah, because you never talk like that. Like, ugh. Y'all need help.
I'm just coming out of a date and he's never going to see me again. But he asked me a question that kind of made me go. He jokingly was like, oh, so who are these other guys that I'm in competition with? And I had to be like, other guys? No, you're in competition with me. You're competing against me because, listen, I'm fucking great. I'm fun. I know how to do everything for myself. But what is going to make you special enough for me to want to share my life with? Like, this man was like aghast because he was just like, I was being dead serious. You guys have to remember, you're fucking great. And I think the longer I'm single, which I think is like coming on it's coming up 3 years now. There's nothing else that like I love more than myself. I'm very sure of who I am as a person. Men are scared of independent women. Like, y'all should be. Like, if you are not coming in prepared and sure of yourself, then you're not game.
At what cost?
Do you have a dating story? Tell us in the comment section. I like reading these stories. Even my Reddit groups I've joined. It's about these stories. They really keep me on my toes. So my cousin had the same encounter. They went on a party. They were invited by a friend of theirs. You know what I mean? She's a lady. So she met a guy. This guy was cool. You know what I mean? And they talked, they vibed, they exchanged phone numbers. So after they exchanged the phone numbers, they decided to meet for a date on a Saturday evening, and they met because my cousin wanted to see if this relationship would work out. They met at a branch, you know what I mean, and after joining the night, you know what I mean, some drinks, some foods, and vibing, talking about politics, business, love and relationship, family, you know what I mean, cats, dogs, everything. You can talk with games, fun games, you know what I mean. So it was good, and they separated their ways. The next weekend, they met. So after meeting, and after the date, it was late in the night, and my cousin couldn't find better means to go home. What did they do? An Uber. So the currency at a place I stay is not in dollars, right? So this guy gave the lady in cash some amount. Then she told the lady after paying the Uber, she would send him the balance. You know what I mean? Like, let me give you some excess amount of money. After you pay an Uber, you can refund me the excess amount. And that is a guy you are expected to be in a relationship with. You know what I mean? My cousin said yes because it was in the night and she needed it. She needed it. She needed it. She boarded the Uber. Then she reached our place and then she blocked the guy. And that was it. So to the ladies here, it's really nice to see the red flags in your man early in the relationship. Because when you carry those red flags into the relationship, getting out will be the hardest thing. After this man puts a ring on your finger, let me tell you, you are in the jail. It's a jail. Getting out of a relationship with a man after he marries you is very difficult. It drains you emotionally, physically, financially, everything. So it's better to get the red flags during the dating stage. But sometimes it's very hard because some guys are very performative and it happens. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section.